Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, an American Airlines captain dies in flight. AUVSI tells the FAA they are late with regulations. Tecnam delivers 32 planes over the summer. I'm Bree Cross. It is October 6, 2015, and this is Airborne Unlimited. An American Airlines captain died in flight early Monday morning on a flight from Phoenix to Boston. The aircraft's co-pilot diverted the flight to Syracuse, New York. Radio communications indicate that medical assistance was waiting for the aircraft when it arrived. It's reported that passengers aboard the airplane were not told of the reason for the diversion. According to an NBC report, a passenger said it wasn't until the second flight crew picked up the flight that the passengers were told that the pilot had passed away. According to the report, the passenger said, quote, "There was no time to panic when we were on the flight." The passenger added that American Airlines, quote, "handled the situation really professionally," end quote. The airplane was identified as an Airbus A320 with 147 passengers and a crew of 5 on board. The co-pilot declared a medical emergency for the purpose of receiving expedited ATC clearance to the landing and not because the aircraft was in any danger. Airline captains are required to receive a first-class FAA medical examination once every 6 months, but nothing has been released to the actual cause of the captain's death. The Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International led 28 other organizations and companies in sending a letter to the FAA marking its failure to meet the congressionally mandated deadline for integration of UAS into the National Airspace System. The FAA has had more than 3 years to meet the September 30th, 2015 deadline for full integration, yet the agency hasn't even completed the small UAS rules. The co-signees include a broad array of UAS stakeholders, including manned and unmanned aviation organizations and companies representing industries from energy and construction to insurance and engineering. According to the AUVSI, the UAS industry is poised to be one of the fastest growing in American history. During the first decade following UAS integration, the industry is projected to create more than 100,000 jobs and provide more than $82 billion in economic impact. Additionally, the letter argues that the lack of regulations isn't just limiting the economic potential of the industry, it is also causing states and municipalities to fill the void with laws that they may not have the authority to enforce. To many out there, it seems ludicrous that those who are to be regulated must remind the regulating agency to do their job, but that seems to be the case in this instance. After the break, Tecnam creates a new delivery center.
Now certified, Aspen Avionics single-band ADS-B, ATX-100, and ATX-100G transceivers are the next-gen ADS-B solution that provides the features pilots need while keeping flyaway costs low. Check it out now at aspenavionics.com.
Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
AML's patent-pending wireless induction charging system eliminates confusion over those charging cables, cuts down cockpit cable clutter, and allows you and your passengers to fly cordless and eliminate the cable nightmare. www.aviationmodificationleaders.com.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, our website, or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. Tecnam, the Italian-based producer of light sport and other general aviation aircraft, has announced a major upgrade in its airplane delivery process and services with the development of a new Tecnam Visitor and Delivery Center at its Capua, Italy production facility. In the last 3 months, Tecnam says it delivered 32 airplanes, which included 12 P2008 and P92 models, 11 Astore and P2002 models, 7 P2006T Twins, and 2 P2010s four-place airplanes. The company says that many of its customers, especially those based in Europe, personally collected their airplanes directly from Capua, with others being shipped direct to a number of worldwide destinations. With more and more potential customers visiting Tecnam Capua production facility, Tecnam's decision to upgrade its visitor and delivery center is aimed to ensure an emphasis on customer satisfaction. Facilities such as a new build cafeteria and other enhancements are aimed at ensuring Tecnam customers have a productive and rewarding visit. Every Tuesday, we're going to look ahead at some of the more interesting events in the aviation universe. Here is this week's Aero-Calendar. Join AOPA and your fellow pilots and aviation enthusiasts for the AOPA fly-in at Tullahoma Regional Airport on October 10th. It's a celebration of general aviation, and the grassroots gathering features something for everyone with exhibitors, aircraft displays, seminars, and activities to interest and delight for everyone in the family. ANN will be there. On October 9th and 10th, you'll find the Texas Antique Airplane Fly-In being held at Gainesville Municipal Airport. It's a chance to step back in time and see the airplanes that carried the mail, barnstormed in the Midwest, won World War II, or pioneered the airline routes. It's being hosted by the Texas chapter of the Antique Airplane Association. All this week, the San Francisco Fleet Week is taking place. On the weekend of October 9th through the 11th, a major air show will be held at the Oakland International Airport, which includes the Navy Blue Angels, Sean D. Tucker, and numerous other performers and military aircraft in action. Without a doubt, it's a major event in the San Francisco area. And in the middle of the country, you'll find the Grand Junction Air Show being held on October 10th and 11th at the Grand Junction Regional Airport. The air show is featuring the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds and the Tora 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 recreation by the Commemorative Air Force. The Grand Junction Air Show 2015 is one of the largest and nationally recognized air shows in western Colorado. After these messages, San Francisco 49ers advise fans of drone safety.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, Navcom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. Working with the FAA, the National Football League's San Francisco 49ers are tackling the issue of unmanned aircraft safety. They will be making a public safety announcement regarding safe operation of UAVs on the stadium Jumbotron prior to each home game. The NBAA will present its Meritorious Service to Aviation Award and John P. Doswell Award at its annual convention this year in Las Vegas. The recipients are to Joseph Clark and Robert Showalter. We congratulate these gentlemen on receiving these awards. The 6 airmen assigned to the 455th Air Expeditionary Wing who died October 2nd when their C-130J went down shortly after takeoff from Jalalabad Airfield, Afghanistan, have been identified. The wing held a Morning Fallen Comrade ceremony to honor the airmen. Bombardier announced that CityJet confirmed it will operate CRJ-900 aircraft in the network of Sweden Scandinavian Airlines. CityJet will acquire the aircraft from a customer that signed a firm purchase agreement for 8 CRJ-900 aircraft and took options on an additional 6. An American wingsuit flyer was fatally injured last week in an accident in central Switzerland. Extreme sports enthusiast Johnny Strange had base jumped from the 8,425-foot-high mountain. It's reported that this is the second fatality at this site this year. Well, that's our trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. If you would like to relive the glory days of America's flights to the moon, over 8,400 high-resolution images depicting America's moon missions have been uploaded to Flickr. The Project Apollo archive has digitized the original photos taken by the Hasselblad camera carried on many moon missions. Originally, the photos were scaled down and color-corrected, but archive creator Kip Teague told the Planetary Society that people were interested in the original photos, so they were rescanned and uploaded at 1800 dpi. Teague says that the collection includes every image captured by the chest-mounted Hasselblad cameras, as well as many other photos taken from orbit around the Earth and the Moon and the journey between. These images are a stunning reminder of what NASA once achieved and the brave astronauts that made it happen back when the U.S. was truly a spacefaring nation. Well, that's our program for today. Remember to get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily Monday through Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. Please join us and a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations every weekday for the best in aviation and aerospace news from the staff of the Aero-News Network, the aviation world's most comprehensive news and information resource.